Morning Women Wildcats. Today we have a very special person to interview for Women's History Month.
Hello. What kind of content do you create?
Thank you for the question and thank you for having me on. So I am a women's football advocate. So I create content that's surrounded around empowering women and encouraging everyone to follow their dreams. I was a young girl who played football with the boys, and I wasn't allowed to play football in school. So one of my biggest dreams and what I wanted to be when I grew up was a football player, and I'm actually doing that today. I'm living my dream. So my biggest thing for social media is to empower and to encourage and inspire others to follow their dreams too.
What position do you play?
I am a wide receiver. I currently play wide receiver, but I started out as a quarterback, and I played quarterback for a couple of years, but now I'm a wide receiver. I absolutely love it. I try to be as fast as I can and make a touchdown without getting tackled, and I have a lot of fun with that.
Which platforms do you use and how many people do you reach?
So I use TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, a little bit of Twitter, mostly TikTok. That's my biggest platform, and I have 125,000 followers. I like to call them friends, not followers.
Can you describe what your audience is like?
Yeah, I have a lot of people of all ages, both men and women, girls and boys. And there are 75% women and 25% men. So mostly girls, but all ages.
When did you start influencing others and what's your current what is your current status on how you reached it?
So I started in about April of last year. When the pandemic hit, we, had to find a way to engage with our following, and with football, I had to find a way to keep engaging with our fans and followers and our friends and family, since we couldn't go out into the public and do community service work or be out there in person. So, I started out with the pandemic, and I ended up really on TikTok, and I enjoyed TikTok so much that I started investing a lot of time in it. So that's how I started.
Are there any causes or organizations that you use your voice to promote?
Absolutely. So thank you for that question. I am a huge advocate for women's football and equality in sports. And so I like to use my platform to support women's sports all over and to support anyone, both boys and girls, who aspire to play football. But mostly my focus is to encourage other women to play football and for girls to participate in football as well. And I also started a nonprofit organization called Football Her that I use my platform to also promote. And what that does is it empowers women again, and it also is our mission is to bring tackle football for girls into schools. So football for all is really what I like to promote. I'm an advocate for women's football.
What are some challenges that you face while being an influencer online?
So I think the biggest challenge is trying to create a separation between when you get negativity coming in, because that does happen in social media. When you have a large following, you have a lot of different people that you really are all from different areas. And for me personally, I'm playing women's football. A lot of people don't actually agree with that, and a lot of people don't know about it, and it's new. It's a new concept, and some people don't like change, and so I deal with a lot of negativity from that. So my biggest challenge is trying to change the hearts and the minds of people who don't like women's football and trying to win them over. I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but that is always a challenge for me.
Can you share a story of your favorite experience as a social media influencer?
Yeah, so actually, I have a young friend who is 4 years old who plays football, and she has been messaging me every day on social media, and she's a huge fan. And recently, she got my jersey and also made an actual sticker of, well, I guess she got it made, but it's an actual sticker of her and I together. And I thought that was the sweetest thing. It was such a cute, such a special token for me to see that, how much she loves me and football. And it just really felt good. And I'm going to share one more with you. I was mentoring a young girl named Morgan, and Morgan plays football in Pennsylvania. And I was able to speak with Morgan before she started playing football, and I was able to help her and give her advice. And I got to see her from before she started playing football all the way through to watching her games. And so that was a very important and significant experience for me to be able to actually witness that and see her in action.
Do you have any like advice or anything that you can like give to young teens that aspire to become influencers?
Yes. So I would say to definitely be authentic and to be your true self. Because I find that on social media, when you are portraying something other than yourself, it doesn't really resonate very well as it would for you to be who you are. People can actually see through that if you try to, be someone that you're not. And also, if they want to follow Taylor Swift, they'll follow Taylor Swift. They won't, you don't wait. They don't need you to pretend to be like Taylor Swift. So I would say to definitely be your authentic self, to let your light shine, to be consistent and to love what you do. Because when you don't have that passion and that love for it, when the challenges start to come in and things get a little bit difficult, it's going to be harder to overcome that. So love it, be passionate about it, and be 100% authentic. We want to see who you are and not who you want to pretend to be. So be yourself.
Is there anything that you would like to share that we haven't asked you yet?
Let's see. That's a great question. I think that just to touch back on just being passionate and finding a passion, finding something that you're really good at. A lot of times in social media, you have a niche, what's called a niche, which is your special focus. And so what you can do is hone down into what your niche is and find what you really love, and then use that as a vessel for your social media. Use that as something that you could, elaborate on. And that's what, people will start to aspire to be like you. An influencer is just that, an influencer. So make a positive impact, choose how you want to influence others, and go for it.
Thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you guys so much. I had a lot of fun with you guys. So thank you.